Much like QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online supports both posting and non-posting transaction types. You'll see the postings on the left, and they're very similar to what you'll find if you're used to QuickBooks Desktop. You have the ability to create an invoice, receive a payment, make deposits, there's credit memos, a sales receipt form, which is when you're not tracking accounts receivable and you're just charging a customer for something, use a sales receipt or selling something to them. You can do refunds to apply to the customer. And then on the vendor side, you have a cash expense, credit card expense. So you can do a lot of transactions from the expense form itself, as well as you can enter bills, write a check, bill payment checks. There's vendor credits you can apply. Not really a vendor discount at this time, but definitely a vendor credit that you could apply to an open bill you have for a vendor. Credit card credit. Of course, you can make sales tax payments because QuickBooks Online will track sales tax. Make deposits. Remember, undeposited funds is not a default setting or preference in QBO. However, it does remain sticky on the receive payment window or on the actual sales receipt. Deposit it to undeposited funds, right? Group your payments together and then deposit them in one fell swoop as you would. Bank transfers or transfer from one account to another, and of course journal entry, as well as an adjusting journal entry, which just has the box checked, much like you would have in your QuickBooks Accountant Edition. On the desktop side, when you're in a client QBO file from QuickBooks Online Accountant, it's very similar, adjusting journal entry. And the inventory quantity adjustment, you cannot make a cost adjustment at this time, so you would just edit the number or quantity you have in the item, the product and service record itself. Now for non-posting, these are transactions that do not hit or book any amounts to the ledger, that you can move them to, the ledger, like going from an estimate to an invoice. So you can create customer estimates, a delayed charge and a delayed credit. The delayed charge is just a non-posting sales transaction for you to invoice against later. Of course, you have purchase orders that you could then move on to a bill. There's no progress billing or progress invoicing yet in QuickBooks Online. And the time tracking is very similar to the desktop, single time entry as well as a weekly timesheet. And of course, you can create a customer statement. So this is basically the breakdown in QuickBooks Online of posting versus non-posting transactions. Obviously, posting transactions gets the lion's share, very similar to desktop transaction types.